So, how nicely keeping this last fundamental principle of devotional service to Krishna in view, Devahuti is clearly defining what is soulful work or a work that has any impact on the soul. What is the kind of renunciation that has any impact on the soul? In other words, what the Vedas, what the scriptures are encouraging, what you should renounce, what you should not renounce in a regulated manner, how much you should renounce. These are all based on bringing a person to the platform of engaging in devotional service of the Lord. So it's a very gradual process in this material world. That is called the Pravritti Marg. It's a very gradual process of elevation, and it's not a unidirectional elevation. You go, then you fall, then again you have to become religious, again you go, then you may, if you don't fall, you'll go next step. Like this, it goes on like this, chakkar, chakkar, chakkar. Up and down you keep going. Now, Krishna consciousness is such a direct process that we have surpassed, crossed, not surpassed, we have cut short all these processes to engage directly in devotion service of the Lord. By engaging in devotion service of the Lord, gradually renunciation will become a part of, renunciation will come to us. Because to engage in devotion service itself, there is renunciation in it. To that degree, there is anybody who is engaging in the service of the Lord, he is having the fruit of renunciation. He may not be renounced himself, but he is having the benefit of renunciation, because at that particular point of time he is engaging in Krishna's service and not in his false ego. So there are only two things that will work, two kinds of work we can do. This whole verse is about work. Only two kinds of work that we can do. You can work for your false ego, your duplicate use, or you can work for your real you. And the work for real you is work for pleasing Krishna. Because your real you is not complete. Your real you, when you say I and Krishna, that is complete. The living entity is not complete without Krishna. In fact, all this, the force of this material existence itself, is the living entity trying to seek completeness in the wrong direction. Existential completeness. Something is missing, I want this. I'll feel complete if I get this. If I get this ananda, my ananda will be complete. If I get this knowledge, my knowledge will be complete. If I get this power, my sat will be complete. Our basic instinct is get that sense of completeness. Because we are amshas. Unless we stick to something else, our completeness comes from something outside us, outside the soul. So that outside the soul, that completeness, that outside the soul whom you have to serve is God. Then we'll feel complete. But in the material world, the same tendency is there. What is there? To feel complete by clinging on to something outside. So here, when you fall into the material world, you are always thinking, how I can become complete by this? Trying to get more knowledge, more this, more money, more sense objects, feeling that I'll feel complete in all these directions. So here also, in the material world, the living entity is looking outside itself for completeness, but it is looking outside itself into Maya for completeness, and that completeness will never come.
Hare Krishna. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss any
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome all of you in our Bhagavad Gita series. Today we are going to discuss in our continuation where we had stopped yesterday, verse number 45 and 46. So let us chant prayer and then we'll continue. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जय श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की जय शिला प्रभुपाद की जय निताई गौरंग की जय भगवत गीता की जय Welcome all of you. So we have been discussing about verse number chapter 2, verse number yesterday we discussed 42, 43 and 44 where about fruitive activities it was explained in the purport and translation also Krishna said. Let us take a quick recap. So here in the translation of 42 and 43 verse, Krishna is saying, men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas. So कल हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था कि वेद में भी सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन के साधन दिए गए हैं, बताए गए हैं कि हाउ टू सेटिस्फाई योर सेंसेस बेस्ट वे, कैसे आप अपनी इंद्रियों को बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से कम मेहनत में, not endeavoring too much like today people are endeavoring, those who are not following the Vedas, they are working very hard to satisfy their senses, but there is another way to satisfy your senses, that is to follow Vedas. वेद में बताया गया है उसको आप फॉलो करो. सो वेद में 3 चीज बताया गया है, यज्ञ दान और तप करना. चैरिटी करो, आप मंदिर में डोनेशन दो, या है ना चैरिटी में गायों को दो, या इस तरीके से लोग चैरिटी करते हैं. देन यज्ञ मतलब थोड़ा यज्ञ सैक्रिफाइसेस करो, एंड देन तपस्या थोड़ा ऑस्टेरिटी करो. जस्ट लाइक इन कार्तिक मंथ, it is a culture in India. I don't know whether you all know about, you are familiar with it or not. In Kartik month especially, all the women, all the female of the home householders, they will get up 1 o'clock or so every day in the Kartik month. I mean, and they will perform some rituals at their place. Whatever they have been following since their in their tradition, what is there, they follow that. And in our Jaipur here in Vrindavan UP side, in Kartik month, everybody will get up 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and they will make a frequent trip to Govardhan. And they will go, get up 1 o'clock, and quickly though they will go and reach there and make a Govardhan Parikrama. Govardhan Parikrama is about 23 kilometers. And in 4 to 5 hours on foot, पैदल चलते चलते गोवर्धन परिक्रमा करके 2-3 बजे स्टार्ट करेंगे और 8 बजे तक करके आ जाते हैं. रेगुलर एवरी डे विदाउट फेल, होल कंप्लीट मंथ, ये पूरा 1 महीना गोवर्धन परिक्रमा एवरी डे करते हैं. 22 किलोमीटर, 21-22-23 किलोमीटर परिक्रमा है. सब लोग जाते हैं और पूरा अकेले अपना कान में ईयरफोन लगा लेंगे, भजन सुनते रहेंगे, कीर्तन करते रहेंगे, या जपमाला ले लेंगे. जब करते हुए अकेले किसी से बात भी नहीं करेंगे और पूरा परिक्रमा करके जितने में सब लोग सो के उठते हैं उतने में उनकी परिक्रमा पूरी होके आ जाते हैं. Men, women, everybody. So like this they perform austerities, going to the pilgrimage places, and वहां पर तपस्या करना, वहां पर फास्टिंग करना. तो इस तरीके से ये एक शॉर्टकट बताया गया है शास्त्रों में कि कैसे आपको सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन इजीली मिल जाएगा. गुड बर्थ, ऑपुलेंसेस, हेवनली प्लैनेट्स पे जाके वहां पर एंजॉयमेंट करना. और न कि हेवनली प्लैनेट्स पे जाके एंजॉय करना, इवन यहाँ पर भी आपको चीजें बहुत ही इजीली मिल जाती हैं, फेवर मिल जाता है. क्योंकि एक तो या तो आप अर्न करो 1 लाख रुपए, और दूसरा या तो कोई आपको 1 लाख रुपए दे दे. अल्टीमेटली यू वांट मनी. सो आइदर वन वे इज टू वर्क very hard and then get the money. Another way is very simple way is that somebody comes and gives you 1 lakh rupee. Okay, take you this money and enjoy. So this following Vedas for sense gratification is like that. Those who don't follow Vedas, those who are agnostics, atheists, rascals, those who don't follow Veda, they are called lowest among mankind, not even human being, they are animals. They are on the, at least those who are following Vedas, they are considered as a human being. Those who are not following the Vedas, they are not even human beings. They are animals, because Vedas are meant for human beings, and you are not being a human, you are not following them, therefore you are animal, because you are not trying to understand what is the higher understanding, what is the higher purpose of life. So at least those who are following, even though they are following this कर्म कांडा सेक्शन, जिस वेद में 3 सेक्शन होते हैं, कर्म कांडा, ज्ञान कांडा एंड उपासना कांडा. कर्म कांडा में सारा सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन बताया गया कि आप कैसे सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन को मैक्सिमाइज कर सकते हो. तो वही इस श्लोक में भगवान बता रहे हैं कि मेन ऑफ स्मॉल नॉलेज, जिनका कम नॉलेज है, जो लिमिटेड अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, दे आर वेरी मच अटैच टू द फ्लावरी वर्ड्स ऑफ द वेदास. फ्लावरी वर्ड्स क्यों बोला गया? क्योंकि बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है इन द बिगिनिंग, नो, आप ये करो आपको ये मिल जाएगा, आप इनकी पूजा करो ये मिल जाएगा, बहुत क्विकली मिलता है. लॉर्ड शिवा की तो पूजा करने से चीजें इतनी जल्दी मिल जाती है, इसलिए उनका नाम आशुतोष है. देयरफॉर पीपल आर वेरी मच इनटू लॉर्ड शिवा वर्शिप. Lord Shiva, another name is Ashutosh. Ashu means quick, Tosh means to get pleased. Therefore, Lord Shiva's another name is Ashutosh. Anybody, if wants anything, they will approach Lord Shiva and worship him and get the boon, get the benediction. So this is called Karma Kanda section of the Vedas, but the men of small knowledge, they follow this process, because ultimately an intelligent person understands, even though I get all these things, good birth, power, money, bank balance, you know, good personality, good skill, good intelligence, good life partner, all these things, but how long these things will be there with me? Ultimately, I have to die here. One day I will die, and everything, whatever I have, I possess, it will get over, finished. Then again, I have to work very, very. Suppose I didn't take birth as a human being, I go and take birth as an animal. Then all your work, duty, whatever tapasya you performed is finished. It was of no use. And if you are fortunate enough, you get a human birth in next life again. Then again from the beginning, फिर से पढ़ाई करो, फिर से मेहनत करो, फिर से IIT के लिए तैयारी करो, है ना, पूरा सारे लग्जरी कंफर्ट्स को सैक्रिफाइस करके, थिंकिंग दैट मेरा IIT में हो जाएगा, मेरा कैरियर बन जाएगा. फिर से आप वही सेम चीज, फिर से कॉलेज जाने के बाद फिर से वही फ्रस्ट्रेशन शुरू, यार यहाँ पर भी सब खुश नहीं है, यहाँ पर भी तो सब परेशान है, फ्रस्ट्रेट हो रहे हैं, सुसाइड करें. So this life goes on and on. So therefore an intelligent man understands that even if I am a billionaire, millionaire, I am having everything, my life is very fantastic, very peaceful, full of bliss, but how long, sir? One day one end call will come which will not have any reject call, जिसमें लाल बटन नहीं रहेगा, उसमें ये भी नहीं रहेगा कि reject call by sending message, I am busy, I am having meeting, I am having exams. No, only one option, receive the call. And all of us have to receive that call without any exception, without any second option. And that is called the call of Yamraj. Yamraj will call all of you, everybody. Yamraj doesn't call only to the devotees, those who are wearing this kanti mala. Those who are wearing, somebody had asked someday before in one class, what is the importance of wearing this tulsi kanti mala? Though anybody who is wearing this tulsi beads, to such people Yamraj doesn't come to them. And Yamraj has warned his dutas, his servants, Yamadutas, that anybody who is wearing this kanti mala, never ever approach such person, because this is a symbol that this person is a devotee of Krishna and Vishnu. And if you go and approach such person, then you will be beaten by the club of Lord Vishnu. And not only you, even me will be also beaten by the club of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Lord Vishnu carries a club. Anybody who is harming the devotees of Vishnu or Krishna, he will never be spared. So therefore, Yamraj has given this warning. उन्होंने चेतावनी दे रखी है यमदूतास को कि never ever go near, even near to, forget about touching, even don't go to the devotees. उनके nearby भी नहीं जाना, आसपास भी नहीं भटकना. So that is the significance of wearing kanti mala. So if you want to get protected from the strong, capture and punish of Yamdutas, when they come, they punish like anything. Therefore, it is said at the time of death, we feel so much of pain that if you try to express in the words, then 41,000 scorpions, when they bite one time, that, and when you feel the pain after 41,000 scorpions bite at one time, that pain you feel when you die at the time of death. ये हम बोलते हैं कि वो बड़े खुश होके मरे हो, हंसते हंसते मर गए हो, सोते सोते मर गए, विदाउट एनी मच प्रॉब्लम। हमें लगता है ऐसा कि उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ, बट एक्चुअली Yamdutas came and they snatched the soul from the body, and because soul is very much attached to the body and all those things which are related to body, so soul feels tremendous pain, unlimited pain. That pain is equal to biting 41,000 scorpions at one time. So that is the punishment of Yamaraj. Yamaraj has a danda that is called Yamadanda, and anybody Yamaraja touches by that danda, he is finished, gone, his time has come, that means. So, but devotees, Yamaraj does not come. To take the devotees, Krishna sends his own assistants, his own devotees. Vishnu Dutas, they come and take devotees back to Krishna. So, this understanding devotee is having, therefore, he is not attached to this material and flowery words of the Vedas. They understand what is the purpose of life. Even if I gratify my senses, how long I will gratify? One day I will become old, I will die. And so therefore I should look for eternal happiness, eternal bliss. And eternal bliss can be found in the spiritual world by performing bhakti to Krishna. So then devotee is not therefore attached to these flowery words of the Vedas, heavenly planets pe jana, angelic women ke sath enjoy karna, wine pina, all these things devotee is not attracted, because he has higher attraction. Not that devotee is not attracted, devotee's life is dry, monotonous. No, devotee is even more greedy. He is very, very greedy. He is not satisfied with wine and women. He is wanting the most beautiful personality, most beautiful of creation, most beautiful person of the whole creation, to whom nobody can even surpass. To that beauty, devotee wants to enjoy with. Devotee wants this enjoyment eternally. Wine and women, you cannot get the enjoyment eternally. Time will come, you have to get separated, or old age will come, or you have to die. But devotee is desiring to experience unlimitedly the bliss of life. So that can only happen when we go to Krishna and enjoy with Krishna. Because Krishna is, the name Krishna means all attractive. Krishna means all attractive. And Krishna is, the personality of Krishna is very charming, captivating, unprecedented beauty Krishna has. So therefore devotee is always attracted by the beauty of Krishna. And therefore devotee is very, very greedy, very greedy. He is not attracted and for small petty things. He is attracted by the absolute beauty of Krishna. So that is the position of the devotee. So yesterday we discussed all these things, and then we discussed that anybody who is attached to the सेंस एंजॉयमेंट एंड मटेरियल ऑपुलेंस, ये दो चीज, सेंस एंजॉयमेंट से बहुत ज्यादा जो अटैच्ड है, और मटेरियल ऑपुलेंस के पीछे बहुत जो भाग रहा है, भोग एंड ऐश्वर्य, भोग के पीछे जो भाग रहा है और ऐश्वर्य के पीछे जो भाग रहा है, उसका माइंड कभी भी ट्रांसेंडेंटल एक्टिविटी चैंटिंग में मन नहीं लगेगा। अगर आपका चैंटिंग में मन नहीं लग रहा है, इसका मतलब आप इसके पीछे भाग रहे हैं, कहीं ना कहीं आप इससे अटैच्ड हैं। प्रसक्ता नाम, यू आर कंप्लीटली अटैच्ड टू दिस भोगा एंड ऐश्वर्य। Bhoga means enjoyment, Aishwarya means opulence. You want name, fame, position, adoration, sense gratification. Therefore, your mind is not hooking on chanting Hare Krishna. Your mind is going here and there. One mala, two mala becomes very much for you. ऐसा लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा कर लिया हमने. So you should check whether you are. This is check formula, check points. You can always check yourself whenever your mind is not attached to the chanting and reading, आपका मन नहीं लग रहा, that means you have somewhere this रोग, ये रोग हो चुका है आपको, भाव भोगा एंड ऐश्वर्य का रोग लग गया आपको। आपको भोग चाहिए और आपको ऐश्वर्य चाहिए, ऐश्वर्य मीन्स ऑपुलेंस चाहिए। तो अगर इसे आप प्रसक्ता नाम बहुत कंप्लीटली यू आर अटैच, देन आपको समाधो ना विधीयते, आपका भगवान में मन नहीं लगेगा, एब्जॉर्प्शन आएगा ही नहीं। आप चैंटिंग एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं आएगा, भगवत गीता क्लास सुनने में एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं आएगा, आपको लगेगा यार छोड़ो, 1 मिनट 2 मिनट सुना, आपको लगे बहुत हो गया, छोड़ो। सो दिस देन यू आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम दिस रोग, भव भोगा एंड ऐश्वर्या। तो दिस इज द चेक वर्स, यू कैन ऑलवेज चेक योरसेल्फ। जब आपका मन नहीं लगे भक्ति में, तो आप चेक कर सकते हो कहाँ पर मैं स्टैंड करता हूँ। ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट टुडे, सो बिकॉज 42-43 वर्ष में भगवान ने बोला लेस इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन वेदों से अटैच होते हैं, इसलिए भगवान ने 45th वर्ष में वेद को निग्लेक्ट ही कर दिया। कृष्णा ने बोल दिया अर्जुन को, अर्जुन निग्लेक्ट दिस वेदा, डोंट फॉलो वेदास, गो बियॉन्ड द वेदास। So let us read this verse. त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्य भवार्जुना निर्द्वंदो नित्य सत्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेमात्मवान। बहुत ही अच्छा वर्ष है। बहुत सारे लोग बोलते हैं कि ना, okay, this understand Shruti and Smriti. Vedas are divided into Shruti and Smriti. The whole scriptures, all the scriptures are divided into Shruti means which is to be heard, Smriti means which is all about stories. इसमें stories बताई गई हैं and past times बताया गया, ये सारी चीजें जो कि write down किया, to be remembered. Smriti means to be remembered, जो आप remember करके लिख रहे हैं, याद करके लिख रहे हैं, that means history. And Shruti means you just heard it and it is passed on next. So that is called Shruti. So all the scriptures are divided into Shruti and Smriti. Some spiritualists, they say that Shruti is superior. Shruti means, in Shruti what comes, Vedas and Upanishads, they come into Shruti, they fall into Shruti. And Puranas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these things, they come into Smriti. And they also say, this is very important understanding I am giving you, many times you will encounter also, even in the spirituality, there are two groups. One, they follow Shruti, another, they follow Smriti. But there is no contradiction, but it appears for them that there is contradiction. कि श्रुति कुछ और बता रहा है, स्मृति कुछ और बता रहा है. But actually this is not the fact. When we approach a right person, then we get to know that both Shruti and Smriti, they are saying the same thing. So श्रुति भी समझना हमें, स्मृति, श्रुति में वेद और पुराण आते हैं, श्रुति में वेद एंड उपनिषद आते हैं, 4 वेद और 108 उपनिषद. स्मृति में आते हैं पुराण, महाभारत, रामायण, ये सारी चीजें. 18 पुराण होते हैं जिसमें श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण और ये सारी चीज. महाभारत, भगवद गीता आता है, इसलिए लोग बोलते हैं भगवद गीता तो स्मृति है. तो भगवद गीता क्या है, वेदों से नीचे है. बट शंकराचार्य बोलते नहीं, भगवद गीता है पूरा फिलोसॉफिकल बुक है, इसमें कोई कहानी नहीं है. भगवद गीता में कोई कहानी डिस्कस तो कर नहीं रहे हैं, तो इसलिए दिस इज द हाईएस्ट फिलोसफी. सो देयरफॉर इट इज कॉल्ड मोस्ट among top among all the Shrutis. ये शंकराचार्य बोलते हैं. Even though it is part of Mahabharata, which is Smriti, but this is the highest among Shruti also. And this therefore it is called Gito Upanishad. इसको उपनिषद बोलते हैं, श्रुति बोलते हैं, श्रुति. और ये चीज को भगवान इस वाले श्लोक में स्टैब्लिश कर रहे हैं कि कैसे भगवत गीता इज बियॉन्ड द वेदास आल्सो. सेम जो शंकराचार्य ने बोला कि वेदों से भी बढ़ के भगवत गीता है. भले ही महाभारत का पार्ट है, भीष्म पर्व में आता है, बट ये स्मृति नहीं है. महाभारत का पार्ट इसलिए स्मृति भी है, लेकिन ये श्रुति जो वेद और उपनिषद उनसे भी ऊपर है. श्रुति का बाप है ये, टॉप मोस्ट अमंग ऑल द श्रुति. तो इसको बोलते हैं गीतो उपनिषद, भगवान का गीत. ये तो यहाँ पर देखिए आप, ट्रांसलेशन क्या है, क्यों भगवान ने बोला कि वेदों से ऊपर चले जाओ, क्योंकि वेदास मेनली डील विद सब्जेक्ट ऑफ द 3 मोड्स ऑफ मटेरियल नेचर. त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा, ये जो वेद है ये ना 3 गुणों के बारे में चर्चा करते हैं. 3 गुण मतलब समो सत्वगुण, रजोगुण और तमोगुण. और ये जब से तक हम लोग 3 गुणों में रहेंगे ना, तब से तक हम ये प्रॉब्लम से फंसे रहेंगे. हम लोग प्रॉब्लम में क्यों है, ये 3 गुणों के कारण ही है. जब से तक हम लोग 3 गुणों के ट्रैप में फंसे रहेंगे, तब से तक हमें खुश शांति का कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो ऑप्शन दैट यू कैन एनी टाइम बी पीसफुल, because these 3 modes will always influence your mind and consciousness to work very very hard or to get trapped. 3 modes will made you to take another body, and as soon as you have a body, then you will suffer. Body is the source of suffering. Because you have this body, so you will have headache also, you will have neck pain also, you will have back pain also, you will have leg pain also, you will have indigestion problems. So many problems are there. Why we are feeling? Because of this body. Klesho adiktaras, this body, klesha, we are following, we are getting these kinds of problems because of this body. Soul is not feeling the problems because of its own position. Soul is always eternal, Satchidanand Swarup, जो कृष्णा है उनका part and parcel है soul. So soul is always blissful, but because soul has identified with this body, so therefore we are suffering. We mean soul is suffering because of this false identification as body. Just like in the game, nothing is in the game, we don't have anything to do, just that is game. PUBG खेल रहे हैं, वीडियो गेम खेल रहे हैं, उसमें whatever is there in the game, nowhere it is related to me. And any activity which is happening in the game, 0% connection है मेरा, 0%, not even 1% connection, 0% connection है हमारा. लेकिन उस गेम में हम इतना एब्जॉर्ब हो जाते हैं, इतना अटेंशन देते हैं, पूरी तरीके से उसमें लॉस्ट हो जाते हैं कि वी फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग इन दिस बॉडी। हम ये भूल जाते हैं खाना खाया नहीं खाया, हम रेस्ट किए कि नहीं किए, नींद आ रही बट स्टिल वी आर गोइंग ऑन प्लेइंग गेम एंड गेम, बिकॉज यू हैव फॉल्सली आइडेंटिफाइड, because of false ego, है ना। today in the beginning Madhu Pandit was saying that we are, either you can serve your false ego or you can serve your real ego, either of the two, both the things you cannot serve together, either false ego or real ego। so false ego क्या करता है, false ego आपको हमेशा एक अलग अलग आइडेंटिटी देता है। so always we identify with somebody, there is nothing called no identity, you are always having some identity, but false ego will make you to take accept false identities। so like in the video you are identifying yourself with that character which is playing in the game, and उससे आपने अपने आप को आइडेंटिफाई कर लिया, उस कैरेक्टर को जो भी होगा you will feel pain here, actually that character is nowhere related to you, वो आपका कोई सगा संबंधी नहीं है, वो आपका बेटा नहीं है, वो आपकी वाइफ या हस्बैंड नहीं है, वो आपका बाप नहीं है, but still we feel so much attachment with that character। हमें उसको कोई अटैक करता है उस गेम में, that attack is also illusion, but we feel pain here because of this false ego which is there in our subtle body, mind, intelligence and false ego, these are subtle bodies। this external is called gross body, earth water fire air ether जो आप देख रहे हैं, ये आई ईयर नोज टंग टच ये सब ग्रॉस बॉडी है, इसके अंदर एक सटल बॉडी जो दिखता नहीं है, माइंड, इंटेलिजेंस एंड फॉल्स ईगो, and that false ego is making, that is interface, false ego is an interface between you and from which you identify yourself। so false ego will make you to identify with that character, और जैसे आपने आइडेंटिफाई करना शुरू कर दिया तो वो उस आइडेंटिटी से अपने आप को अपने मानने लगे कि मैं हूं, अब उसमें जो भी होगा आपको आनंद मिलेगा या दुख मिलेगा। तो ये सब फॉल्स ईगो का काम है। बिकॉज ऑफ फॉल्स ईगो वी आर एंजॉइंग एंड सफरिंग इन दिस material world। so because of false ego we have taken this body, because of false ego, so here we are always serving false ego। but what is real ego? Real ego means I am servant of Krishna and I have to serve Krishna, that is real ego। ego will always be there, ego means identity, ego means identity, false ego means false identity, real ego means real identity। there is no nothing called ego finish, no, there can never ever be finish of ego, ego will always be there, but we have to change false ego from false ego to real ego। so at one time either we can serve false ego or real ego, not both together, either you can serve body or spirit soul, Krishna। so because of this false ego we are suffering here in this material world। hence Krishna in this material world saying that, sorry, in this verse Krishna is saying त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा, ओ अर्जुन ये तीन गुण जो है वेद जो है ये तीन गुण के बारे में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, इसलिए इसको छोड़ो, तीन गुण के कारण ही हम लोग सफर कर रहे हैं, ये शरीर लेते हैं तीन गुणों के कारण, तीन गुणों के इन्फ्लुएंस से, और ये वेद है तीन गुणों के ही बारे में बात करते हैं, इनकी वर्शिप करो ये मिलेगा वो मिलेगा, ऐसे अच्छे से खुशी रह सकते हो, छोड़ो इसको। एंड निस्त्रैगुण्य भवा अर्जुन, अर्जुन तीन गुणों से बियॉन्ड जाओ, ट्रांसेंड करो इस तीन गुणों को। और निर्द्वंदो, और द्वंद्व में we all are caught in dualities ना, happiness, distress, loss, gain, victory, defeat, we are all caught into this। happiness आता है हम खुश हो जाते हैं, distress आता है हम परेशान हो जाते हैं। so भगवान बोल रहे निर्द्वंदो, और ये तीन गुणों से बियॉन्ड चले जाओगे तो आप ये द्वंद्व में जो अभी फंसे ना लोग, इससे फ्री हो जाएंगे, मींस विल बिकम फ्री फ्रॉम डुअलिटी एंड नित्य सत्वस्तो, और हम इटर्नली विल टेक दिस पोजीशन सत्व, विशुद्ध सत्व गुणा जो तीन गुणों से परे है, and niryogakshem atman, you will be always happy, blissful, you will be established in the self। so same chीज Krishna is saying here, the Vedas mainly deal with the subject of the three modes of material nature, rise of these modes, O Arjuna, be transcendental to all of them, be free from dualities, from all anxieties for gain and safety, and be established in the self। real self में establish करना है, और ये तीन गुणों से बाहर निकलना, तीन गुण में जब तक हम रहेंगे तब तक हम फॉल्स ईगो में रहेंगे, रियल ईगो में जाना है तो अपने आप को तीन गुणों से बियॉन्ड ले जाना है, और वो कैसे होगा? बाय चैंटिंग हरे कृष्णा, बाय वर्शिपिंग कृष्णा। सो वेरी नाइस पॉइंट्स Prabhupada has mentioned here, very quickly we'll finish here। all material activities involves action and reaction in three modes of material nature। so जो भी एक्टिविटी हम कर रहे हैं कैसे हो रहा है? 3 गुणों के कारण हो रहा है. 3 modes are making us to do activities. We are not doing any activity. Soul is inactive here in this material world. Soul cannot do anything. Soul can only desire and witness. Soul can only desire and experience. Experience मिलता है हमें. हम कुछ कर नहीं सकते यहाँ पर. We are helpless. So because we are desiring and Krishna is sitting in our heart, he is understanding, smelling, and he is hearing our desire. So because Paramatma Krishna, he hears our desire. So as per our destiny, he facilitates everything in your life. Happiness, distress, success, failure, वो सब जो भी आता है आपके डेस्टिनी के कारण आता है. हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पर. हम चाहें हम बहुत पढ़ लिख के सब कुछ चेंज कर सकते हैं, बिल्कुल नहीं. ये foolish philosophy. This is not the philosophy of intelligent person. Intelligent person understands that everything is fixed. अरे यार, अगर आपने कभी दुख के लिए मेहनत किया था क्या? Anybody worked very very hard for getting miseries? कोई मेहनत करता है, I want to work very very hard to get fail in the exam. Does anybody work like that? No, everybody is working very very hard to get a good mark. But you will get failure. Many students, they get fail. They don't get their desired branch, their desired rank, their desired result. So why it is happening? That means some higher arrangements are there which are influencing us, which are controlling everything. Yes. So this is intelligent behavior. This is intelligent person's understanding. He understands कि यार हमने इतना मेहनत किया, हमारा नहीं हुआ. इसका मतलब हम नहीं मेहनत करेंगे तब भी हो जाएगा. Yes, if it is there in the destiny, it will come. But कृष्णा ने बोला है कि ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके मेहनत से नहीं हो रहा तो आप कर्म भी मत करो. नो, you perform your duty, but don't think that you are the cause of your duty. You perform as per your nature. Whatever duty you have, you just perform, and when the result comes, result you offer to me, means Krishna. That's how you will be detached from this dualities. And ये सारी चीज जो हो रही है, 3 गुण कर रहे हैं. 3 modes are doing everything, all the action and reaction. They are meant for fruitive results, which cause bondage in material world. So we are here bound in this material world because of action and reaction. Action करते हैं, उसका reaction आएगा. Good action, good reaction. Bad action, bad reaction. And reaction means if you want to experience the reaction, then you must have a body. Body होना चाहिए. And as soon as you are having body, then you are caught here in this material world. So then you are bound. This is cause of bondage. So therefore we are suffering here because we are keep on performing action every moment. हम every moment action कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमें पता नहीं action करना कैसे है. There is no proper guidance how to perform the activity. Therefore even great learned scholars are bewildered. कैसे क्या करूं जिससे मैं free हो जाऊं? People are trying to become free, independent. No reaction should come to me. Because the moment reaction comes, that means I have to accept a body. And if I have this body, I will suffer. So all kinds of sufferings are coming to me because of this body. So let us not have this body. But they are not able to understand how not to have this body. They are confused. But when we approach a right person like Prabhupada, he makes us understand how, in what way perform this activity so that you will perform the activity, but you will not get the reaction. That is called Krishna consciousness activity. Any activity you connect that activity to Krishna, you will not get any reaction. You will get bhakti, and that bhakti will take you back to Krishna. There will be no reaction by which you will take birth here in this material world and get bound here. No. This is the great secret. We have easily got it, therefore we don't value. Otherwise, to understand this one line, how to get free from reaction of any action, people used to go in Himalaya, in the forest, to perform austerities, penances, to get self-realization, that how to become free from reactions. It is not so easy to understand, but because we have got such a great, we are actually very fortunate to having received such a great spiritual master, and such a glorified spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada, who has given us this wonderful understanding that you can become free from all the action and reaction just by engaging all your activities in the service of Krishna. We can become free completely. This is the great revelation of the scriptures, but we don't value it because हमें easily मिल गया ना. जब हम आपको 1 लाख रुपए, किसी बच्चे को, आप छोटे बच्चे को 1 लाख रुपए दे दो, वैल्यू करेगा नहीं. उसको टॉफी दे दो, टॉफी में खुश रहेगा. He will value toffee, he will not value 1 lakh because he doesn't know what is the value of 1 lakh. Similar is our case. इफ सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन मिल जाए आपको, वो वेरी नाइस, अच्छा प्लेसमेंट हो जाए, अच्छा है ना, जॉब लग जाए, अच्छा लाइफ पार्टनर मिल जाए, अच्छा कार मिल जाए, देन विल बी हैप्पी इन टू दैट। अगर आप कोई भक्ति दे, अरे भक्ति व्यक्ति बेकार चीज है। सो वी आर चाइल्डिश पर्सन, वी आर लाइक चाइल्ड, है ना, इग्नोरेंट। जैसे एक बच्चा, उसको टॉफी में ही खुशी मिलती है, खिलौना दे दो उसको खुशी मिले, उसको 1 लाख रुपए दे, उसको बीएमडब्ल्यू में दे दो, बीएमडब्ल्यू उसको अच्छा नहीं लगे, उसको प्लास्टिक का खिलौना दे दो, उसमें खुश रहेगा। सो वी आर ऑल्सो लाइक दैट। हम इसके पीछे पागलों की तरह भाग रहे हैं, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव वैल्यू ऑफ भक्ति। हाउ ग्रेट दिस भक्ति इज, दिस भक्ति कैन टेक यू आउट ऑफ दिस सफरिंग। So we have to understand this. Okay, so Arjuna is a student. Okay, the Vedas deal mostly with fruitive activities to gradually elevate the general public from the field of sense gratification to positional transcendental plane. So ये वेद का पर्पज है आपको सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन प्लेटफॉर्म से ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे ले जाना, बट ग्रेजुअल, दिस इज वेरी ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस। सो देयरफॉर कृष्णा ने तुरंत बोल दिया आप वेद को छोड़ो, क्योंकि वेद के थ्रू जाओगे तो आप मिलियंस ऑफ लाइफ टाइम इट विल टेक टू कम टू द ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्लेन, बट दिस भक्ति चैंटिंग हरे कृष्णा इट विल क्विकली, 1 महीने में, 1 साल में, you can feel nicely, you chant even 1 minute, you can feel that you are beyond these 3 modes. Yes, this is practical, everybody can feel this. Therefore Krishna is saying just kick this Vedas, kick out the understanding of the Vedas, follow what I say. Arjuna, as a student and friend of Lord Krishna, is advised to raise himself to the transcendental position of Vedanta philosophy. सो हमें वेद से वेदांत फिलॉसफी में आना है, और वेदांत फिलॉसफी क्या बताता है? जिज्ञासा, ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा, हु एम आई, अथातो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा, दिस इज द बिगिनिंग ऑफ वेदांत सूत्र। क्वेश्चन ऑन द सुप्रीम ट्रांसेंडेंस, हु एम आई, हु इज कृष्णा, हु इज एब्सोल्यूट ट्रूथ, व्हाट इज दिस वर्ल्ड ऑल अबाउट, व्हाई एम आई एग्जिस्टिंग ऑल टुगेदर, whom I am related, जो मेरे फादर है, मदर, who all are they, why am I here, why am I related to them, and why we are suffering in this material world, how long will be here like this suffering, all these questions are called brahma jigyasa, and intelligent inquiry. So वेदांत जो कृष्णा का इंस्ट्रक्शन है, कृष्णा बोल रहे हैं इमीडिएटली वेदों से बाहर निकल के इस इंक्वायरी पे आओ, दैट हु आर यू, you are not this body, you are a spirit soul, you belong to me, this understanding we have to come. अगर हम लोग वही सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन, वही कुत्ते बिल्ली की जान जिंदगी, वही गंदे काम में फंसे रहेंगे, तो वी विल बी सफरिंग हियर, रॉटिंग हियर, हम सड़ते रहेंगे इस भौतिक जगत में। देयर इज नो स्कोप फॉर डिलीवरेंस अगर हम इसको भक्ति योग को छोड़ दिए, मिस कर दिए। सो वी आर ग्रेटली फॉर्चुनेट दैट वी हैव गॉट दिस बून ब्लेसिंग्स unknowingly, without our knowledge, we have just got it without our knowledge. This is called causeless mercy. Without any cause, you don't deserve, none of us deserve that, yes I perform so much of austerity finance, मैंने research किया, then finally I came to Prabhupada. No, none of us have done such that research. Just by the grace of Prabhupada has pulled us into his shelter. So now at least realize what is our glorious position. All the living entities who are in the material world are struggling very hard for existence. Just see, we are struggling very very hard. No moment people are peaceful at, चलो ठीक है बैठ के थोड़ा पढ़ते हैं, भगवद गीता पढ़ते हैं, थोड़ा जप करते हैं, थोड़ा अपने घर वालों से इवन बात करते, वो भी नहीं कर सकते। टुडे पीपल आर, देयर एग्जिस्टेंस इज ऑलवेज थ्रेटेंड। कोई बैठ के शांति पूर्वक घर वालों के साथ भी टाइम नहीं बिता सकता आज तो। ऑलवेज देयर इज पुश बिहाइंड, फ्रॉम बिहाइंड, चलो चलो भागो दौड़ो, बगल वाले के पास कार आ गई, तुम्हारे पास बगल वाले ने बीएमडब्ल्यू खरीद लिया, तुम्हारे पास अभी वो बेकार खटारा कार है, चलो भागो दौड़ो कमाओ और बीएमडब्ल्यू से अच्छी कार लो। सो पीपल आर इनटू दिस रेस, दे आर ऑलवेज स्ट्रगलिंग वेरी वेरी हार्ड फॉर, एंड उसमें कोई एसेंस नहीं है, देयर इज नो सेंस इनटू दैट। जस्ट लाइक दैट, बगल वाले के पास ही हो गया, उसका बेटा वहां चला गया, उसकी बेटी वो आईएएस बन गई, और उसका बेटा इतना बड़ा बिजनेस कर लिया, अरे तुम घर में बैठ के तुम टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो, मोबाइल चला रहे हो, गुस्से होंगे अपने बेटे के ऊपर, लेफ्ट एंड राइट दे विल चेस्टाइज, फिर उसको पुश करेंगे, चलो पढ़ाई करो, ये कोचिंग करो, वो कोचिंग करो, और कर्ज लेके, डेट लेके वो बच्चे को अपना पढ़ाएंगे, आईटी कराएंगे, ये कराएंगे, फिर बाद में पता चलेगा बच्चा फ्रस्ट्रेट होकर सुसाइड कर लिया, फिनिश, गॉन, और डूब गए। So this is going on in this material world. For them, the Lord, after creation of the material world, gave the Vedic wisdom. So therefore, Vedic wisdom is very, very important. Why? To understand why we are suffering. हाउ टू लिव एंड गेट rid ऑफ द मटेरियल इंटेंगलमेंट, कैसे यहाँ खुशी खुशी रहना है और कैसे इस मटेरियल इंटेंगलमेंट से बाहर जाना है, ये पर्पज है वेदा का। So with this we stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. If you have any question, you can ask. Any question to anybody? You can ask any question if you have. Hare Krishna.